Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. So today, guys, we'll be talking about the best entry levels, how to spot them, what are they, how to use them in live markets. All of that will be coming right up. I do have some good examples on the AudiCAD as well towards the end, so make sure you do stay towards the end. But guys, none of this faffing around, let's get straight into it. So as you can see, I've got two setups on my screen right now. We'll call this example 1 setup 1, example 2 setup 2. Two highlighted levels. These are the levels we'll be looking at. And if I was to ask you which level do you think has the highest probability of rejecting price, again, they're both good levels. They could reject price. That's definitely a possibility, but which one has the higher probability? If you was to choose one, which one would you go for? You can pause the video and guess, but the answer is the one on the left, example 1, setup 1. Reason being, the key thing in this setup is the market has taken out those lows. Again, when you're looking at levels in the market, the key thing you want to pay attention to is if the market is creating new highs or new lows from that particular price, or not necessarily new highs, but is taking out levels of support and resistance. That's the key thing we're looking at. How big it is, momentum, those are important things as well. But if price is breaking structure or not, that is a big thing to look for, because it tells you how strong those moves are if they're breaking through structure. And if you look at this setup here, when price created that level of resistance, it tried to go bearish and revisit these lows, but it came nowhere near and actually formed a higher low in respect to that previous low. So most likely in these setups, price will actually break through the level, create a higher high, and then continue to the downside. And this actually gives us our bearish flag pattern. So as you can see, you've got the impulse there, the correction. So we've got phase 1 of it, correction, phase 2, then we get the impulse in the overall downtrend direction, and this forms our bear flag pattern. So you're better off just waiting for the bear flag to continue, wait for price to take out those highs, and then look to get involved, rather than look for the double top, which could happen again. Like I said, it's still a valid point of valid area of resistance. And in fact, if the momentum in the market is very bearish, and the markets are just bleeding or flying to the upside, double tops can be very powerful, because sometimes the market just doesn't have enough energy to retrace that far, and it will just continue. So double tops can work. I'll show you some examples in a different video of that. But in a standard downtrending market, you're better off waiting for the bear flag to form, wait for price to create that second higher high, and then start looking for shorts in those areas. So now we're getting to some examples, not an AudiCAD, 1 second, some more examples that I've written up here, where the patterns are very powerful. So on the left here, again, highlighted the level down the left, highlighted the level down the right. Again, if I was to ask you which level price has a better chance of rejecting, probably say left if you did watch the first part of the video. Reason being, you can see this high over here that price created. Look how many levels that price has taken out, 1, 2, and 3, creating new lows below all of them. So that's a very powerful move. If price was to revisit this resistance, there's a good chance again price will react from this level. Again, whether it will go down and continue the trend or break through some new lows is completely up to the market. But in terms of just spotting a good level to enter from, this is definitely a great level to do so. Moving on to this setup here, not as good. Reason being, we had this bearish trend here. We got the high over there, the low, the high, the low, and the market actually breaks through that structure. So it's actually changing structure, which is not a good sign. And number 2, you can see when price forms resistance, it formed a higher low, broke through that level, from the new higher high, and again from the new higher low. So now we're getting consecutive higher lows in the market, which again is not a good sign. We want structure to break first before we intervene in sells anyway, if you are looking to sell the market. Again, this is all sell setups. There's a good chance price is going to see a higher high past this point, and then pull back and maybe continue again or break structure, and that's when we look to sell the market. So this level here, again, could reject the market. The market can do a million different things, but I know I'll be better off looking at this setup here, trading that resistance, rather than placing my entries on this level. So hopefully that made sense. The key thing I want to be looking at is price taking out highs and taking out lows. That shows real strength in the market. Obviously momentum, how big the moves do play a factor. So obviously don't disregard any of that. These could be big moves, but since it's not taking out lows, you might even see a slight reaction and price goes and takes out that high. So hopefully that made sense. We'll get into some real life examples on AudiCAD where we'll start to connect the dots. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay guys, so welcome to AudiCAD. So like I said, going to go through a couple examples, and actually I want to be talking about current price action and how we can use the concepts we learned today in the current price action and where potentially we could look to get involved in the market. But I want to talk about particularly this area of price action here, especially this move in the market, which really talks about what we just talked about earlier on in the video. So you can see the market is in a downtrend here, making consistent lower highs and lower lows. So typically, looking to sell in this market, it's always a good thing to do. Looking for sells in the bearish market, buys in the bullish market, bit self-explanatory. But as you can see with this particular move here, it breaks through these lows and also breaks through these lows here. So you can see the market not only takes out one, but takes out two and gives us a new low. So this resistance supply area is a very strong level. So if the market was to return to this area, there's a good chance the market is going to reject. Obviously, in hindsight, as you can see, a very strong rejection indeed. But even just generally looking for sells in this area and just grabbing a few pips, you're most likely going to get a good strong reaction and a quick impulse move as well from this type of area. If the market came halfway and then pulled back up, actually gave us a third higher low, so we have 1, 2, and potentially 3. This resistance would not be a good level to short from. Again, it could work, we could get reaction, but typically that's not the best levels of entry, which is of course the title of the video. This entry level will be fantastic. Obviously, how you enter the chart and how you take your trades, I do have videos on that topic, so I will leave a link in the description to that. But of course, drop to low time frames, use whatever you need to use to enter the market, orders, execution, candlesticks. Of course, I do talk about those in different videos, so feel free to check that out. But as for an entry level, this is a great place to be looking for those entries. And moving on to price action of recent, which is very interesting, because I'm actually looking to short AudiCAD. I'm looking for us to return back down to these lows and continue that higher time frame trend. However, I'm yet to get a good entry on this. Reason being, if we take the concepts we've learned today and we look at this level of resistance here, you can see we've had a very good strong reaction to the downside, so looking very good. Now the market has recently come back to revisit this area, but if you notice, again going over what we learned today, you can see price formed a higher low up here. So even though we've seen a pretty strong move, a pretty big move from that area, it's still not a good level to short from, and most likely the market's going to break through, which it's currently doing right now, which I've been talking about on my streams as well. And again, you can see we formed that low there and another high low, and even if you want to count this low as well, the market's starting to form consecutive high lows, which is not a good sign, especially as a bear in this market, which is what I am. I'm still looking to short because I'm using the higher time frames for my buys, but on the lower time frames in the 4H, we're seeing some bullish structure and momentum, so it's not quite ready to be shorted yet. However, again, there is a level that does meet our criteria and then looks good, and we can probably catch some nice shorts from this level. So here again, high lows being created, not a great level to short from. And my bet, I'm expecting price to break through this and give us a higher high. It's just about done that, but I think we can probably push a little bit further. And I'm actually looking at AudiCAD returning back to some of these levels up here, around the 0.90 to 100 mark. If you were to get up there, that'd be a great place to short. Reason being, you can see the move to the downside, although it's a little bit corrective, it has taken out two key areas of structure, this low being one of them, and this low being a very important low. Price is also taking out that low as well. So we've seen a very corrective move, but a big move in the market take out two key areas, particularly this low here, because the market just made a higher low and a big higher high. So this is a very important low, which the market actually went to go and take out, also with those lows there as well. So if the market is to revisit this structure here, most likely we're going to get a reaction. It may not be the continuation I'm looking for in the higher time frames, but we probably could get a reaction, maybe to come back and retest this level now as support. Then maybe price may form another higher low again and continue this bullish structure of higher low, higher low, higher low, and continue higher. That is a possibility. Or we might tumble over and get the continuation that I'm looking for. That's all comes to do with trade management and things like that, which I will be doing a video in the future, so make sure you subscribe for that. But as for a level of entry, this is a fantastic level to get involved, and obviously wait for confirmations before getting involved, but that is an area that I'll be looking to see what AudiCAD can do next. But this level of entry never fully convinced me, and as you can see, all this bearish momentum just depleted, placed the higher low and started slowly moving back up again, so never really a good area to short. But again, pinch of salt, because you can see when we did come into this level, we did get a reaction. So it does depend what you're looking for in the market. If you're looking for a big swing from this level, not the best level to look at. If you're looking to catch a few pips, just a small amount, it is a good level. Reason being, we've had a strong move to the downside with a lot of momentum. So, 8 times out of 10, if we do come back into this area, we're going to get some type of reaction. May not be as big as the one we just had, but we'll probably will get some type of reaction. So if I do go to lower time frames there, you can see the market has taken a bit of a dive there, 40 odd pips to the downside, another dive there as well, getting around 50 odd pips. So you can still make some nice profit from these levels, but again, you don't want to be holding the trade for too long, because of that high low created will most likely eventually going to break through that resistance. So know what you're trading. If you're looking for a few pips, fantastic. If you're looking for the next swing in the market, not the best level for that. So hopefully this has made sense. Again, any questions on this, or you didn't understand something, or I didn't explain something properly for you, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to reply to you guys. Again, any particular videos that you want to see from the channel, leave it down in the comments. I'll be sure to add it to the list. But yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you are enjoying the content on the channel and just enjoying me how I do the channel, please subscribe to the channel, guys. Join the family. I do live streams. I also do some educational videos, and I do post analysis on the weekends for the upcoming week. So if that suits you, feel free to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. It does really help the channel out, guys. But yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day. Hope the video made sense, and make sure you go back test as well. Make sure you go back test. Don't just jump straight into the markets with capital. Go and back test. But yeah, guys, hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.